Now, don't you just love the sound of a working factory? Especially when it makes you all kinds of money. Hello everyone, Buck here, and welcome back to Automation Empire, where in episode 1 we showed you how to get started with some of the basics to start earning your first bit of money, and now it's time to expand. I've made a few changes off camera, as you may notice. I extended the factory just a tiny bit, moved our output section over here, and extended the road out so that our truck stops are right in front of our new output section. Now the thing to note about these roads is you can make them as long or as short as you want. The trucks are still going to come out in timed intervals. So the length of the road really doesn't matter. As long as you're filling the trucks as they come and you don't see empty trucks going by, you pretty much know you've done it right. But we have $100,000 to work with, and we have absolutely no way of making money. So we have to really hope we can get something going here. So we can start earning some money, or we are in big trouble. Okay, and I think to start with, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of one of these for now because I have a feeling we're only going to be able to set up one system. We have to have somewhere for the crates to go. Okay, we got $105,000 to work with. So let's see, we have a minecart going around and picking up all these ores. I took this one away from selling it, just kind of rolling the dice and gambling, hoping we can make this work without going bankrupt. So let's see what our next step is. We need a bounty quicker picker upper, and we'll put that guy, we'll put him right there, and we'll put that there. Little tube here, and get into our first crate maker. Okay, put you there. Now, with the crate maker, I've tested some of the ratios to see how many crate makers you need to keep refineries fully going, and the best answer that I could come up with is about 2.5. So per crate maker, we're going to use 3. Just to keep the best flow going, and one of them may not run 50% of the time, but that's okay. So let's get some of these new step conveyors down. We zoom in here just a bit. Now we're going to want to come out 3, and that will go into the first refiner, and then we have another one beside it at 3, and then this way at 2. Okay, now we're going to use these awesome transfer claws. And you see how it has an arrow on the top of it? You can rotate that around, and what it's basically going to do is pick up a box from one conveyor and move it to the next. So we want one there, and let's put in our refiners, and then I'll show you how to set these. Okay, we got one refiner backwards, one there, and one there. Okay, so to prevent this one from taking all the crates and starving the other 2 refiners, if you click on him, you want to set the first one to skip every 2, set this guy to skip every 1. So basically that should give an even distribution. As this one skips 1, that one skips 1, it goes in the center, and then that one skips its second one, this one picks up 1, so there's that one, and then the next one come out. Since this one has skipped 2, it'll grab and go that way, and the whole process repeats. So that should fill our refiners as best as we can. So the boxes have to have somewhere to come out. And now we are going to basically get all these onto one conveyor belt. I think I'll do this towards the middle. Okay, we're going to use these claws again. Move that one to that one. And that one, I could put that one here, but the boxes on the conveyor belts kind of go, they won't go one after the other. There always has to be a gap. So sometimes I find if you can leave that gap on a conveyor belt, it seems to me like it kind of speeds up things. So we're going to go with that for now. So now these are moving everything back onto one line. And we take this line down. Stop there because we need to put in, how's our money? We're doing good, a little over half spent. So what we want is Let's try that there. We need a picker up right here, and a put down right there, and we'll extend our little minecart out so we can actually get some things. That might be a little bit too far. We'll try that. Okay, so as they come down to the end, we want to come out one more, so that will actually suck the contents out of the crate. And then after that, it's very important to put an unload station. And what this does is it automatically destroys empty crates. But if you click on it, you can set it to destroy all crates. As if your crate started backing up and this was full, it's going to jam your whole system, because if a full crate gets there and it's not set to destroy all crates, then everything behind it is going to stop. So it's just a good idea to put that on destroy all. And that's our first basic system. Seems like we got a little bit of extra room here, which is good for future planning and designing. But let's get things powered and turned on, because we don't really have enough money to duplicate this system, but once we do, we will, because we have a lot of coal coming in. Alright, let's get some power going. That one will power that, that'll power that, and I think that's good. Oh, I gotta set this to high. And we'll see if anything works. Okay, this is picking up the coal. Now, I might have to add another cart here, and I think I will. At least one cart per mining drill. Okay, the drones are bored. They're wandering around with nothing to do. And in comes the product. You can see the crate maker working. Box comes down, gets skipped, goes right down the center. Gets skipped by this one, goes to that one. Third box goes to that one. And a quick way to overview on your factories how many of your refiners you put down are actually working is by looking at that little animation on the top of them. And as you can see, that one stopped, but now it's starting, but that one stopped. And now it's going to start, and then this one stops. That's why I say that one crate maker to like 2.5 crates is probably the best that I can figure it out. Okay, we got some refined coal coming that way. Boxes are getting destroyed. And our first little basket's going out. Now this will fill up because there is way too many mining drills for one crate maker to keep up with, but that's okay. We can connect this to tubes and split it to more vats and connect more crate makers as soon as we start earning some money. Alright, this time it had 2. Let's see if there's anything left in that. When this cart leaves again, I'll add another cart to it. 1, and it didn't fill that one? Okay. You know what, let's just do this and that. I'm not really sure why that didn't work. 1. No, only 1. Maybe I didn't need that other cart. That's okay. As soon as we start doubling our production here, we'll need a lot more than 2 or 3 anyway, so we'll just go with that for now. Oh, this time I got 2. Alright, and we've got 2 trucks going out. Uncle Sam and his taxes have eaten almost all of our money. Let's see what we get for 2 trucks of 100% refined coal. Yeah, Uncle Sam just took another bite out of our cash there. Now, so you may think, oh, the road is so long, you're screwing your profits. Well, these trucks haven't left, and we've already got them coming in. So it's really about getting them out as soon as possible, and less about how long the road is. Okay, here we go. $97.20, almost upwards of $10,000 a truck. Very, very nice. That should get us right back into the right way to where we can start doubling the production of this, add another cart in here, maybe get some more drones, and then we'll be rolling in money. Let's look at our next research step while this is doing its thing. We're going to want to go after claw tracks next. And to do that, we need to do a lot more production. And to get to that is kind of what I just talked about as we move this fill this factory in rather, and up its production, have more crates, more drones, maybe another road, another truck stop. We'll hit that goal very easily. So factory number 1 seems to be up and running. Let's let some things collect and get back to it. Alright, I've done a few things off camera. I went ahead and doubled our production on this side so we could get more refined coal output. And as you can see, even though I put in the other crate maker over here, we are seriously backing up. And there's a couple things that we can do about that as soon as we start getting some money. The options are, I can build another crate system like this on either side and put in another road. So we have twice the amount of pickups, which would also help our kilogram output. I think we are hovering around 1,200 now with 2 trucks. So yeah, putting in 1 or 2 more trucks would definitely take care of that problem. Easy. So let's see what the holdup is, because we got tons of crates. I think our next thing would be to get more drones. I don't think these 4 drones can handle this payload. So put in a drone bay. I'll keep it up over here. Why not? And see, because we don't want to see those going by. We don't want to see empty trucks going by ever. Well, I can only afford 3 right now. Okay. And we want these trucks to be loaded as fast as possible. We don't want them sitting in a bay. Because see, here's another truck coming. And if this guy doesn't get filled up by the time this one gets here, then we have a missed opportunity. But it seems like we're doing okay. The extra drones are definitely helping out. How many do I have? I can buy 1 more. Yeah, get to work, buddy. Yeah, this thing is just monstrously full, and the crate makers are just struggling to keep up. Maybe if we did this, 2... Maybe this would help a little bit, you think? Maybe? Maybe no? I don't really want to get into buying more drones right now. Right now we're making around $40,000. But every month, and this is your month timer that goes by, every time you hit the end of that month, your taxes are going to go up. And the percentage of that I'm really not sure of, but I do know that they go up. Right now our monthly tax costs are $27,000. Our power costs are $16,000. So by the time this hits from that to that, in each quarterly section, it's going to subtract $27,112 from our total revenue. So the way to counteract that, so you don't get eat up by taxation, is to be constantly expanding. More trucks, more pickups. We're eventually going to branch down here into the iron. But for now, to get those awesome claw tracks I was talking about, we're going to need to build another road, and then we are going to eventually have to go back into some research, but for now we'll start with this road. Alright, you see it says must be built into a cliffside, and if I try to put it over here, flip it the right way, can't build here, there it is, must have another entrance in proximity. So we'll put this one here. If you guys are wondering how I switch things without going down here, if you hover over something that you want to build and just hit spacebar, you can quickly switch from one thing to the other. Very handy tool. Okay, let's bring this down. Okay, and we go to there. To there. To there. Flip that around. And done. Okay, now we want... we can't afford it yet. Alright, so we got to let a couple more trucks pass by before we can add the next truck stop. And then the more trucks we have going out, the faster we will earn money. But while we're waiting on that, let me ask you guys a question. What would you like to see, or what would you rather see, the next playthrough of? I have a couple games in mind, and I'm definitely open to any kind of suggestions. So leave your suggestions down in the comments below, or Tell me what you would rather see: a playthrough of the new Subnautica Sub-Zero, which is a underwater survival crafting game that has absolutely stunning views and amazing graphics. It's a really fun game. I've only been into it for about maybe 30 minutes, but I absolutely love it. Or would you rather see a playthrough of the new Alpha 19 of 7 Days to Die? So leave a comment down below. Tell me what you'd rather see. Okay, let's get back to this. We have to set the priority high or the drones really won't do anything with that. That there, just in time for him to pull in. Set you to high. Now what we could do, if we really wanted to optimize this, but I think we're just going to smother it with drones at this point, is we could set these priority to medium and leave those at high. That way, if anytime there's a truck closer to the crate makers, they'll target those first, and then when there's no truck there, then they'll go out there and fill those. I've done it before. It kind of optimizes it. I don't think we're going to much worry about that for now because we have 8 drones instead of 4. With that amount of drones, it's just they're just going to kind of smother it. But see, that going by right there is not what we want to see. That's why we're trying to get the claw trains, because they're a little bit better at loading the trucks than these drones are. Drones are kind of slow. Speaking of, what is our output? We're at 1,500. So we can unlock that as soon as we get some research. Okay, let's see. Since that is literally overflowing, we've got a little bit of money there. I'm going to pause this. We're going to start siphoning a little bit of the... Oop. Oh, really? Okay. Move him over 1. And actually, I don't know if I have enough money because I got to come out a little bit more because I want to do multiple research centers right here, at least 2 if I can. How much was that one? 3,000, 1,000. Let's do this. I think we can afford this. And then this. Oh God, those vats are expensive. Yeah, okay, I can't afford that quite yet. So let's let some money accrue, and we'll finish hooking up the ports for this. As long as I have enough room, I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there. Then I'll have to run some power over, but this will be 1 research center. That'll be another research center, and I would put another one here, but I don't think I'm going to have enough room with the road being that close. Plenty of coal coming in. I've got extra here. Bunches there. Why didn't you pick up anything? Oh, because you stole it there. That's right. Duh. So a way around this, if you don't want your research taking all of your coal, is you tell this to skip every 2. Because we definitely don't want to bring this to a halt. That'll completely run us into the ground as far as money goes. But now that on the way back should only pick up 1 of these. Yep, only picks up the 3rd. Perfect. Alright, let's get some research going. In there. You in there. And run that off of you. Perfect. Now these things are taking the refined coal, which does research faster than the regular coal. The more you break down or combine stuff, the faster that it goes in the research centers. And all these charts up here kind of give you a really good idea of how to combine things. Like capacitors. Through a combiner, which we haven't unlocked yet, you would need refined iron and refined gold, and so on and so forth. The more you combine, the more complex materials you make. Obviously, the more money you're going to make, and the better research you're going to get. Alright, with using 1 there and that going there, we're still kind of overflowing here, which is okay. Let's check our monthly income. So we've jumped up from making $40,000 to almost $70,000 a month. I think I can live with that. I think that's a pretty good starting amount. You know, and this factory right here is definitely not the most optimized way that you can make a setup like this on a factory. This is basically a starter setup. on your factory so you can start to make money. And once you get into this awesome research tree over here and start getting things like the claw trains and especially the truck loader claw trains, those things are awesome. And then when you start getting into the combiners and the remote connectors, these are game-changing technologies. These little color-coded tubes will change the way you make factories for the for the rest of the game. I can't talk today. They're really awesome, and they change how everything works, and they make it really simple. And I can't wait to show you guys how those things work. How's our money doing? About 39,000. Some research slowly accumulating there. So these things are still backing up, but we're not getting a lot of build up here. Definitely not seeing any more empty trucks go by, which is good. Our drones are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, that's good. So we might want to start thinking about our next move. So let's jump back into our research. To get that, we've already got that there. We're just waiting on the points. To get this, which is a necessary step to get that. Actually, I think you can skip over that, but this is what we really want. These and these. Those are handy. We'll get into that later, but they're not 100% necessary. We need to research the coal, which we're doing. So like that, we need to research iron. But I think as a whole, we kind of want to start getting into iron anyway. And since it's so close, I don't know why we wouldn't. Let's double check our power situation. We're about capped out at that. So putting one of those things down really ups your monthly power cost. And I see empty trucks. I don't like empty trucks. Okay, all those things. Those are full. It's got 15 out of 40, 15 out of 40. So until that empties, we are going to stop taking, oops, we're going to turn you off. That way, this will just suck up the rest of what's left in those vats, and this will keep our money flowing so we don't end up being in the negative again. So we haven't unlocked a whole lot of tech to really do our factory, our next factory, any quicker than we did our first one. So I'm going to skip ahead a bit while I get some of this set up. So it leaves you out of some of the boring parts. I'm going to hook this up the exact same way I did before, and I will see you in a moment. Alright guys, as I was letting things run and letting some money build up, and as you can see some research build up, I kind of noticed this video is getting a little bit on the long side. So this is going to wrap it up for today. We hit our goal of refining coal, we're making money, we're doing research, and things are going great. As always, if you liked what you saw or found any of this helpful, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below, and I will respond to you. As always guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in episode 3.